Hello, Bridget Bartlett here. I am the president of Vision Marketing and Design.com. And today we are live inside of my digital marketing coaching program. I am live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are not a member, you can go to visionmarketinganddesign.com. All you need to do is click here to register. It is free, but you do need to have a Builderall account to be successful in this program. It is the main tool that we use with 40 plus tools. It just makes sense to use tools in one platform. But if you're not a member of Builderall yet, you can go ahead and register here and you can get my free agency lead system. And I will also meet with you to do a 1 hour strategy session. So I will set it up for you, customize it, and have the strategy session with you. However, I will say that this full service option will be going away. And then you will only be able to get the lead system itself. So if you are interested in that, definitely sign up because that will be going away. Also, you can, once you create a Builderall account, you can register here to be a free Team Vision member. You'll get access to all of my training I'm getting ready to show you here. You can also become an affiliate and use us as basically a white label agency so that you can build your business in Builderall and have a full team to back you up. And you can also, if you are a freelancer, you are familiar with the Builderall tools or maybe Google ads, Facebook ads, I am always looking for freelancers of all levels. So definitely you can apply there. If this is your first time joining us, you can click here in the group coaching and access the live coaching. I do have a get started guide here that you can download. It's a PDF guide. You'll have all of the team resources here, as well as my recommended tools. And you can click here to enroll in any of the courses. And you can also get my agency generating system there as well. So if you want to access the course replays, you can do that up here in the menu, or you can click there. Let's go ahead and access that now. So here you'll see all of the courses. You just click them to enroll, and you'll also see organized by category our group e-learning here. Okay, so if you're brand new, you can click here to get started and understand what digital marketing is. And you can also get started with building a website, email marketing, and some traffic tips. Okay, and all of the other training is organized here. Sorry, my phone's going nuts. You can also, we are this week talking about creating an agency website. So this is actually the module or the lesson that we're on right now. So if you've missed any of the training up to this point, definitely go back and watch it. We're actually on part 7 right now. So we are actually, this is the very first day that we are building the website. It took us up until today to be able to research our competition, choose a color palette and the fonts. We created a logo together. We also wrote the copy together, created some graphics, and we did some keyword research. Okay, so we are ready to start building. Okay, so let me see. I'm noticing some people in the group. If you guys are, I don't know, I can't really read what it says. The live page is not showing up on the site. Sometimes you have cookies or something like that. So if you don't see the live page, open it up in an incognito window, or you can clear your caches and all that. But an incognito is much simpler. Okay, so I can see if I go to my live coaching, it is here. But I have noticed that sometimes that has been an issue. So, when in doubt, always clear cookies or try incognito. Okay, so let me move this over and let's get into today's training. All right. So like I said, we've already done our market research here. We've chosen our brand colors. We've made our font choices. We created our logo. We have all the copy. Here is our copy that we've gone through with our keywords and all of that. So we are ready to build. So of course, the builder we're going to use is the Cheetah website builder inside of Builderall. If you're not a Builderall member yet, go to visionmarketingtools.com and you can become a Team Vision member. You can, so the first thing we want to do is once inside the Cheetah Builder, we want to go to create new website. So we have two options for creating a new website. You can choose the professional templates, which we're going to use today, and you can actually choose smart templates, where you basically just fill out a form with the information and then it adds it to the website for you. But we're actually creating a custom build, so we just want to do a professional website. And of course, we have lots of templates that we can choose from here, but I like to start with a blank template. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to just go blank template and then select this. So I'm going to click save to confirm. And now I have my brand new website. Okay, so I'm going to skip tour here. So the very first thing that I like to do when I create a website is I want to do the headers and footers first. Okay, but I like to, before I do that, I like to go into the actual page, and I want to go here where you have the global settings. Okay, so you have these are going to be the settings for the text that is going to be on the website. Now, this is important to understand when you're choosing text for your website. This option here, being the global settings, global meaning, will be the same throughout your entire website. I'm sorry, let me mute this because it's this is actually an Apple phone. I'm not familiar with Apple because I am an Android user, but my office phone is actually um my office phone is actually an Apple phone. Okay, so hopefully that's turned off. All right. So, um, this is the global text here. So we have decided, and you see from our list here that I said I love to always have readily accessible. Our font choices are going to be Lato and Lato bold or heavy, right? So let's go back to our website and let's go ahead and set these. So this one, our H1 title, is going to be Lato black. Okay, so that's the option here. So the reason that we're choosing that is because this is going to be the biggest, boldest text here. But I actually don't like to choose 80. I like to choose somewhere around 60. And then 50 or 40 for mobile is okay, but of course we can always play around with that. So as we scroll down here, you see that it's already defaulted to Molly black, but we want to do Lato, right? So let's go ahead and we'll just set all of these. We'll leave those the same. And you know, when I get to the title H3s, I still like to choose the black or the bold text until I get to the title 4s, and then I just choose the regular text, right? So I'm going to choose Lato for this one, and I'll choose Lato for this one, and we'll choose Lato for this one. And for the paragraph text, we're going to choose Lato for this as well. Okay, so these are all of our all of our default texts. So now we want to choose the text color. Okay, so right now it's really bold black, and we don't have a black text. But what I like to do is just kind of make it almost black. So I literally will just scroll down here until I get kind of the color that I want, because I don't want it to be so stark blacks. But when I choose the color, what I need to do is copy this hex code here, okay? And I'm actually just going to put a plus sign there because that's what saves that hex code to my color panels here, or my color choices. I'm going to delete these because I like to get my colors all set up as well. All right, so I have this color now, but I want to go back and add it to my cheat sheet because every time we add a color, we always want to keep track of it and make sure that we are choosing the same color. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll just add this here. So we'll say black text, and then let me paste that hex code. And there's the pound sign, and all right. So good enough. All right, so let's go back to our website here. Okay, so now that we chose the color for the H1, let's go ahead and choose the same color for all the rest of the text. But you'll see it didn't save it there, so we'll just go ahead and choose it. And then let's try to save it again. And let's get rid of these. Hopefully when I save the website, it all saves. And let's go ahead and choose this here. Oops. Oops, I copied instead of pasted. So let's go back here. And again, that's why copying the hex code is so useful. And we'll go back here and let's Control V to paste. And let's choose Control V to paste. Getting all of this set up ahead of time is such a time saver, and you'll see why when we actually start building. Building is actually the fastest process of creating a website. So now I'm going to Control V to paste, and let's do the same here for this text. So Control V to paste. All right. So now we have all of the text set up, okay? So let's actually now go, we're going to click here for our panel, okay? So I'm going to click here to edit the panel, except I'm not really going to edit the panel. I just want to get access to these colors here. So now you see that the color that we chose for the text is saved. But let's go ahead and let's choose our other colors and get those set as well. So let's start from the top. We'll choose the dark blue. So let's go here and let's paste in, and let's choose the plus sign to add it to our panel here. And we'll go choose the lighter blue. So we'll do Control C to copy, and let's go back here and we'll paste that in. Control V to paste. Let's go ahead and hit the plus sign to save. And let's do the lightest blue here. So we'll do Control C to copy and go back here. And then let's paste it in and then hit the plus sign. So we are storing all of our colors. This is going to be so awesome. Control C to copy. And let's go back here. Oops. Let's go back here. And then Control V to paste and plus sign. And I think that that was it, but let me make sure. Yep, that, oh, lightest blue right here. Okay, now here we go. All right, now let's go ahead and save that. All right, so now we have all of the colors here. Let's go ahead and save. Okay, and that's fine. And close. But there is one more thing that I like to do, and I like to choose a good gray background color. And, you know, some people like to choose kind of a browner type of gray, or, you know, everybody has different preferences, really. I just like to choose almost white, but not quite white, like maybe this color. I know that that is so, so clear, right? So once I choose that background color, I'm just going to hit the plus sign again so that I can make sure to remain congruent. Okay. So now that I've saved all of those things, I want to go back to the home because, like I said, I want to build our header and footer. Okay, so the reason that I want to build the header here rather than here on the page is because I want to be able to set every page on my website with this header, or maybe just specific pages, but I want to only update the header on in one place. Okay, and this is so useful because once you start building out your website and adding pages and all of that, just to add one page to your menu, you would have to go to each individual page and make sure that you added that every single time you do that. And that actually happens a lot. So using a header that is global so that you can set it per each page will definitely save you a lot of time. So I'm going to click here and let's go ahead and edit or create our header. Okay, so you can create as many headers as you want to. I'm just going to call this landing page header. And we'll click save. So now what I want to do is edit the header. And of course, the first thing that I want to do is click add and panels, okay? Because in the Cheetah Builder, the panel is basically like the wall, and then the elements are basically like the pictures that you would hang on your wall, or the decorations you'd hang on your wall. So let's go ahead and start with a blank panel here. And I want to just delete this text. Okay, so click delete. And I want to make this kind of not small, but I want it to be definitely not as tall as that. So what you can do is go to adjust the minimum height. And if you can take it all the way down to 50, and then that will allow you to adjust this manually. Okay, so that's actually what I want to do. Maybe I want my header to be about that tall there. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to add an element. Okay, we have the panel, so I want to add an element. I'm going to go here to my menu, and I'm going to scroll down until I see image, because the first thing I'm going to add is going to be my logo. So, and remember, we created this logo together. So let's go ahead and drag this. Now, the reason I chose, oops, that's not the one that I wanted. You can choose from the image. These are basically image placeholders. So you can choose to have a shadow behind it, or you can choose a vertical image or a horizontal image, or this image will make it kind of rotate and look three-dimensional. For my logo, I just want a simple horizontal image. Okay, so I'm going to actually expand this a little bit to give myself some more working space. So I'm going to click here, because this will give me, the little pencil will give me the options to edit the image. Okay, so I want to go here to change image. Now I want to go to my file here. So let me find it here. And I want to upload my logo. So I'm going to click there to add my logo to the gallery. I'm going to click here and save. All right, so now I have my logo here. And just a pro tip here, that when you create your logo, you always want to set the link to the home page of the website. So you can click there. People are trained to click on the logo to go back to home. So it's just a good practice. And what I like to do is when I'm adding the logo, I just add it to the home page, and then I don't have to really think about it. It's just a way of checking off on a list in my mind, really. So I'm going to add the logo there, and I'm going to go ahead and save, because save is our friend. And there is, we need to add a menu now. So I'm going to go to add. And I'm going to go to elements, because we aren't adding a panel, right? We want to add an element on the panel. So I'm going to go to menu. And I have some templates for menus here. I can choose any of these I want to use. We'll just go ahead and choose this one here. So now we have this, but it doesn't really match our brand, right? So we definitely want to make it match. So what I'm going to do is click here in the menu, and I'm going to go to general colors, and I'm going to go to choose the actual color, so that the menu, or the color option, drops down here. So this is actually transparent, okay? And you can tell that because this little transparency bar down here is all the way to the left. So that means it's transparent. If I go all the way to the right, it will be that blue color, okay? So that doesn't change. Here's a good tip for these menus. If you do this and it doesn't change, that's not the selection you're looking for, okay? Because I know it can be so complicated and confusing to know, what goes with what. So I'm going to scroll down here, and let's go to burger menu, okay? So the burger menu is actually, or item, item. That's what we want. So background color, you can see it's gray. Let's actually change that. Let's change it. We could use a branded color if we wanted to. Let's go ahead and change it to this blue. Now, why isn't it changing? Oh, there we go. So the blue. Here we go. So when you hover over it, you see it's still gray, and this is where you change that. Okay, so we could choose that for the light blue. Maybe we want it to be the darker color. When you hover over, maybe we'll choose that same darker color when it's active. Okay, so see, now it's active, and that's that color. Okay, so, all or when it's active. It'll actually be you clicking it when it's the live version. So we could change any of these options here, but I actually kind of like that the way that it is. So to configure our menu, though, remember we only have one page right now. But I actually want to just keep this here because they do have it kind of formatted. But there's definitely one more thing that I want to show you with the header, because this is also something that confuses people a lot. So I typically, let's go ahead and save. I typically don't worry about the mobile view until after the second mock. But there are times that you do need to worry about the menu, and that is when you're creating something like this, where it's a landing page, and we're going to be showcasing 17 different features on the landing page. So one thing that I want to do is duplicate like panels and things. But before you duplicate, if you're going to be doing that a lot, you definitely want to make sure the first view looks good. Okay, so let's actually go to the mobile view. And of course, we're not duplicating the header right now, but it's just they're just making the point that there are times that you want to check the mobile view. Okay, so this is something that people do not like a lot of times because the logo is very large. Anytime you have an image on mobile, there's always going to be a way that you can adjust it. So you can click here to edit the element, make sure that it's on that image, right? And you can go to lateral spacing. So when you choose lateral spacing, this is where you want to select, and you can make it adjust the size here, because what you're doing is actually adding space to the sides. If you want to add space to the top, you can do that here, or the bottom, you can do that here. But there's also another option that you have on the mobile view when it comes to the menu. And so what you do is you can click here in the menu, and if you click here to edit the element and go to brand, okay, you need to look for the tab that says brand. You can actually click here now and then choose your logo. And then you see now your logo is actually on the menu. So we want to center that, or we can make it larger, or stretch it out here. Maybe if we wanted to make it on the right, so we could kind of play with it this way. I kind of maybe like it on the left, or actually, I kind of like it up there, actually. So I think in this circumstance, I'm not even going to have it there. I'm just going to have my logo there because I worked hard on it and I kind of like it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to where is the lateral spacing, and I will definitely make it a little bit smaller. So we'll add that there. I'll add a little bit of space at the top just so that it's not so close, and maybe a little space at the bottom as well. Okay, so far that looks pretty good. Let me go back here and we'll save. But this menu definitely still needs work because we don't have our font chosen. So we definitely want to go back to the menu. We'll click here to edit element, and let's go down to where it says item. And you will see here is where you can choose the font. So remember, we are Lato. So we're going to choose Lato there. And I think there's another place, the sub item. We want to choose the font there as well. So we'll go Lato and of course save. And if we wanted to, like, I think that the font is too small. So what we can do is adjust the font here. So we'll just move, oops, that's on the sub item. Let's go to the main item and adjust the font. So we'll move that up, just make it a little bit larger. If we wanted to adjust the space in between the menus here, we could do this. So that kind of squishes it in a little bit. We could also add height to the menu items if we wanted to make it a little bit wider, which I kind of think that that looks good. Let's add, oh, I don't like that. So, and if we, I'm kind of thinking maybe I don't like the blue. So let's go and let's change the background color and just make it, let's see. Okay, so this is the item background color. Did we make that okay? So we made that transparent, and let's change the color to our text color. Okay, and so now you see the background color went away, but also now it's dark when you select it. So maybe what we need to do is go down here. This is why I love doing this live with you guys, because you can see how I just kind of I'm not always so thoughtful in my process. Sometimes I'm just winging it, right? Like I can see that dark text doesn't look good when you hover over there. So I need to either choose a lighter text or make it transparent as well. So let me actually see this lighter blue color. Let's see. It still kind of looks dark. Let's see this. I do kind of like the color change, but not so much. So let's actually choose this color, which would make it transparent. There's a little difference, and maybe we'll just make it a little bit darker. So it just kind of gives the little glow effect, but it's not really showing up. So maybe I kind of like that. And then of course, if it's active, it'll be this color. So we'll just choose the lighter color. Okay. So far that looks good, but I think still this needs to be white or much lighter. So I'm gonna go ahead and click here to edit the panel. And I wanna go to background settings. I'm gonna click here to adjust the color again. So let me see here. I might actually just go full blown white. I'm thinking just a smidge darker than white, and we'll go ahead and click there. All right, so now we'll save that. Okay, so now let's go back and we will create the footer. Okay, so let's go to the footer, and this one will be easier because we have templates for these. So we'll go to edit footer. And we'll go to add panels. So we do have panels for the footers. So let's click here. And we can choose any of these that we want to choose. I tend to kind of like this one. So let's choose that one. And of course, we want to edit all of this information, but we can definitely choose. Actually, we'll just leave that as is. And that's fine. And the reason that we can leave it as is because there are going to be things that we're going to be adding to the footer, but we need to get things built out first. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead. Now that it's created, the reason I want to create it is because what I want to do now is connect it to this home page. And that way, if I need to duplicate the page, it already has the header and footer like attached to it. Okay, so that saves a lot of time. So I'm going to go to this page settings, and I'm going to go click here for settings. And now here is where you want to choose the header and the footer. Okay, Builderall makes this so simple. When I was building on WordPress, oh my gosh, it just is not even close to the same. So you'll see we have the, we can choose from a selection if we had more, but we actually only have the one. So I'm just going to choose the landing page header, and you can choose here for desktop and here for mobile. And we only have one footer, so I'm going to go ahead and choose both for desktop, or choose that footer for desktop and mobile, and then I'm going to click save. So now, and if I click republish, because republish basically makes sure that all of the global settings and all of the changes that you've made are now active. Okay, so that's actually, it's a really good stopping point for us today. I don't want to get into too deep into the designing. We've already created our website. We've already created the headers and the footers, and we've chosen our global fonts and color of the fonts, and put in all of our branded colors. So we are set up, ready to go, and we're going to start adding our images and actually designing the web page tomorrow. So that's my super favorite part. I love the designing part. So if you guys are not a member yet, definitely go to visionmarketinganddesign.com and join our free group coaching. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality.